What's good, people? It's your boy Kelvin back at y'all once again, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. So check this out. This is gonna be part two. The conversation about Kevin Garnett that I had with my boy Mark. He came through. In previous episode, we kind of discussed Kevin Garnett, you know, as far as his career and the late game situations and his role in the four quarters, and how Paul Pierce and Ray Allen was very important and instrumental with the Boston Celtics during those years they were together, as far as late game situations in the fourth quarter. Well, in part two, we kind of continue that conversation, and then we get into kind of where we would rank Kevin Garnett all time, top 20, top 25, top 50, wherever, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be part two of the conversation. Y'all check it out, and I'll be back at the end with some final thoughts. But go ahead.
So, you and I had spoke about this earlier, shortly, when I was saying if I was to take out the top guys, remove the top 10 guys off of your all-time team, like out of all-time greats. So we gonna remove the Jordans, the Kobes, the Shaqs, the LeBrons. We're gonna take all them guys out. Okay. Now we go your 11 to how many ever players been in the NBA. Now, if anybody say they would pick Kevin Garnett first with those remaining 500 players, your team won't win. You cannot build your foundation and expect to win with Kevin Garnett because he's not a big shot maker. He's not the guy you're gonna run a play for at the end of the game. He's the guy who's gonna set the pick and go crash the board, which is great.
Right.
But as I was saying, I would take, and granted, I'm not saying Carmelo Anthony's better than Kevin Garnett because he's not. But I would rather I need the guy who's going to take the big shot and make the big shot at the end as my foundation, my building block. And then I build the intangible guys around him. If you look at all the all-time greats, the Elijah ones, the Jordans, the Kobes, the Birds, the Magics, the Shaq, those guys you can get up, even Shaq and Hakeem, you give it to them at the end, and guess what you could do? You build around them. You build the intangible pieces around them because you can get them the ball and they willing to go get it. That's why I keep saying Kevin Garnett, he was more close to Chris Webber caliber. And I know people say, hell no, he's not better than Chris. Chris Webber ain't on Kevin Garnett. I'm not saying they're on the same level. I'm saying they had the same type of demeanor when it came to the clutch. Neither one of them had was gonna make that shot at the end, shoot it. They probably didn't even look at the basket half of the time. So that's what I mean. I'm not saying they're equivalent as a player. I'm saying at the end of the game, Mike Bibby taking a shot. That's what Mike Bibby taking a shot. Bobby Jackson taking a shot. Paige Stojakovic taking, everybody but Chris Webber. Right. And the same thing with Kevin Garnett. Everybody but Kevin Garnett. And I get it. You guys might go and do a little research, and y'all might find five shots at the end of the game, but he played 1,500, 2,000 or whatever, and you can't tell me that percentage is so low. And like you say, they don't draw plays for him. But if he was really that guy, he'd be saying, "Give me the damn ball at the end of the game."
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna address this whole thing with, let's take Tim Duncan out and put Kevin Garnett there, and the Spurs will still win. You a damn fool. And Kevin Garnett not having that game 7, what was that, in 03? When Duncan almost went for a quadruple double, like what was it, 2020, whatever it was. Kevin Garnett not doing that, man. He just not. I'm sorry. He not having them. No, he is nowhere close to Tim Duncan, period. I don't care now. Y'all talking about skills and dribbling and all that. Kevin Garnett did not have the intangibles like Tim Duncan and other great power forwards to carry a team. Like you said, he was a good.
He was the best glue guy.
Right.
And again, don't take that as a dirty word when I say a glue guy, because everybody want to think, oh, you're a glue guy like it's a Tony Allen type of guy. No, they could not win without him.
Right.
You know, they couldn't have won a championship without him. But what I'm saying is that he did everything else that the stat sheet may not show, or he not the guy who's taking the big shot. He's just not. And you can go do all your data research and you'll see. But again, if you build your team with Kevin Garnett as your number one option, your results would be what the Minnesota Timberwolves were all those years. Not even getting close. And I get it. You're going to say 1 year you got to the Western Conference Finals. All right, great. Yeah, Cassell was making all the big shots and taking them all too.
Right.
So, but one time out of all those years, now if that would have been Dirk who got kicked out like that or whatever, as many times people will be hanging that statistic. He lost 7 times in a row. 7 first rounders, but everybody seemed to sweep KG's under the rug because they like him.
Right, and this is the question for the listeners and for you also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring Dirk back into the picture. In 2011, we know Dirk had a legendary run, all the great players that he beat on that run. You take Dirk off the Mavericks and you put Kevin Garnett there. Is Kevin Garnett making them shots and them big plays that Dirk made?
Absolutely not. They be lucky to get out of Portland series. They definitely don't get past the Thunder when Dirk went like 22 for 25. Because KG's ceiling for scoring buckets, he is limited already. Like a big scoring game for KG, when I say big, is like 30. And I get it. He gonna have a couple games where he scores 32 or something like that, but not many. Usually for the superstar scores in the playoffs, that's like the norm. It's like 30.
Right.
You know, so his ceiling is about 30. But Dirk was scoring 40, 42, 44 while getting 12 boards and stuff. And against the Heat, when he was hitting them hit that three at the top of the key when he missed the first, then he got it back. KG not shooting it. Or no shot like that. He not shooting the left hand layup. Cause he not gonna get the ball because he really don't dribble. I know everybody want to say he do all his ball handling, but he really didn't. You know, not in the game. I get it when he was in practice. I seen Olympic when they were practicing and he did a little crossover against Jason Kidd and then he doubled and stuff. But whatever. But in the practice he was handling the ball, but he didn't do that in the game. And if he did, it wasn't frequent. I seen Shaq dribble the ball more up and down the court than I see Kevin Garnett, and I'm not being funny.
Kevin Garnett I'm looking at it here now, he had, in his whole career, he only had 9 games with at least 30 points. 30 plus. 9.
Out of all of them, and that's my point exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's the superstars for the other teams. That's their norm. You know, that's their norm. Dirk had 30 in probably, I'm pretty sure, in one playoff run.
Man,
you know,
Dirk had so many 30-point games.
But so did every other guy who was the number one option. You know, so my thing is that with Kevin Garnett, if you take a lot of those guys, I'm not saying it's automatic. I know if you put Kevin Garnett on that 2011 Mavericks team, they not forget making it to the playoff. I mean, the championship and winning. They're not gonna even get there. But arguably, I get it. When people say, well, Dirk defense and blah, blah, blah. I can debate that Dirk playing for the Celtics team, they potentially still could have won. Potentially. But it's 0% chance if you put KG on the Maverick squad that they even get to the finals.
Not even close.
Not even close, you know. Again, I know people say about defense, but I'm like, dude, I watched Dirk cook Kevin Garnett. And so this is supposed to be this amazing defender where they couldn't even let him play on Dirk no more. So, you know, that's my thing.
You know, listen, people, we're not disrespecting Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett is easily a top 50 player of all time. He is one of the greatest power forwards. And, you know, he is a Hall of Famer.
Where do you got him ranked at as a power forward?
He not in my top 25. He might be somewhere between 30 and 40.
Okay.
I'm not. Kevin Garnett, I know people going to hear this. He's great, but he's become very overrated since he's been retired. All this talk about, oh, man, his handles and he had point guard skills and
Never
all that
seen
little
it.
top. Man, Kevin Garnett has become one of the most overrated players since he's retired. I'm sorry. I know some people gonna disagree, but and I don't know how his legend has grown since he's retired. I be hearing top 15 talk and all that type of stuff. Hell no, he's not no top 15.
I got a question. So let's make this. We're gonna make this quick. Is he better than Barkley?
Give me Barkley.
Is he better than Karl Malone?
I got Karl Malone.
So okay, so what do you got? What do you got? Karl Malone and Barkley ranked? I know you don't got no exact number, but like what range?
In the top 5.
No, I'm talking as players all times.
Oh, all time.
Yeah,
Karl Malone, Barkley, they close.
like close what? Top what?
25.
Okay, top
30.
okay, top 25. So what do you got? What is Dwayne Wade or Kevin Garnett?
Who better?
Yeah, whoever's
I'm trying to Dwayne Wade.
You so you got he
And I
behind
think
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade is slightly over, but
I think that's a good question because I'm saying like it make you have to make a decision like so Dwayne Wade. You got Dwayne Wade behind Karl Malone and Charles Barkley, or you got him ahead of them?
I don't know. That's a great question.
See, that's what I'm saying. So,
I know everybody gonna look at the championship. They gonna look at the 06. The super team stuff, whatever, but he did win legit.
Yeah.
Even though it was a lot of questionable calls from Dwayne Wade. I mean, I'm sure people gonna have to rank him up because he did win at least one legit championship, Dwayne Wade. But again, man, I'm not high on Kevin Garnett like that, bro.
I got Kevin Garnett behind Karl Malone and Charles Barkley also, and I got him pushing about 25. I got him somewhere between like 25 to 30. Do you got him over John Stockton as a value, or do you got him over John Stockton?
I'm not high on Kevin Garnett.
So you got him, you got John Stockton over him. Isaiah.
Nah, I rather. Oh my God, Isaiah. I'd rather have Isaiah Thomas.
So he down. He really down.
Yeah, I say between 30 and 40. Kevin Garnett ain't no people be talking about he top 15 and all that. He ain't no top 15 player, man. Like, come on, bruh. He lacked the intangibles. I'm sorry. Even though
major intangibles.
Even though I'm looking at his resume now, it looked impressive. But that's just on paper, man. And yeah, he played defense. No, man. I seen Kevin Garnett play I remember when he got drafted. I'm that old. I remember when he got drafted to the day he retired. Kevin Garnett is highly overrated. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. But closing, I know people gonna be upset, but go ahead, finish out this.
Well, what I was gonna say is, whoever listening, I want y'all to put in the comments where do y'all got Kevin Garnett ranked all time as far as y'all list y'all top 5 power forwards in order in the comments.
Yes, do that, and I'll respond. You know, if y'all like Kevin Garnett, which I know a lot of y'all do. Okay, cool. That's everybody entitled to their opinion. I'm like you. I'm not high on Kevin Garnett like that. He ain't nowhere close to the greatest power forward, but that's just me. I'm one man. So y'all post y'all top 5 power forwards, how y'all feel about Kevin Garnett, and I'll respond, and that's that. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's it. That's all I got for this topic right here.
All right, man. Well, that's all for this episode of Barbershop Talk. We'll get back at y'all. Salute. Appreciate y'all checking us out, and we up out of here. All right, good people, man. That concludes part 2. Conversation about Kevin Garnett. Appreciate Mark coming through, chopping it up with me. Concluding our conversation about Kevin Garnett. I know a lot of people gonna disagree because whatever reason, man, Kevin Garnett since he retired has become like, I don't know, man, how his ranking has shot up since he retired. I don't know if it's his podcast, his personality or whatever, man. But I did say he was highly overrated, and maybe I should take that back. He's not highly overrated, but I do think he is overrated and overvalued as far as his ranking. Now again, rankings and top 10, top 15, top 25 lists, that is people's personal preference and opinion, and everyone is entitled to their opinion. But as you can see, me and Mark, we kind of in agreement that, Kevin Garnett in certain situations in the game wasn't that guy, man. You know, it take a different type of superstar, you know, for the coach to call the play for you at the end of the game. The other team know the ball is coming to you and you deliver, or you draw a double or a triple team and you're able to create shots for your teammates. And it was a lot of times, man, you know, a lot where Kevin Garnett in late game situations wasn't that guy. And he couldn't carry the team like that. You know, he would have great numbers, 25 points, 18 rebounds, 30 points, 20 rebounds, you know what I'm saying? And then he would need Sam Cassell or Latrell Sprewell or, you know, Ray Allen or Paul Pierce to come through in the clutch situation. You know what I'm saying? Or you need Ray Allen or Paul Pierce to hit a big shot somewhere during the course of the game when you need to stop a run or whatever. You know, what me and Mark are talking about is something that cannot be quantified on a stat sheet. You can look at the stat sheet, you can see, oh, okay, Kevin Garnett had a great game. You know, 25 points, 28 points, 30 points, 15 rebounds, might have a couple blocks, and he's screaming and yelling and fired up and getting the team fired up. And, you know, you see that on TV, it draws people to him, and they like that. They like the intensity and stuff like that. And that's cool. But them late game situations, when you come up small, you know, that's something that can't be really quantified, man. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all love to talk about, you know, this whole thing with skills. I know this skill word has come into play the last, 5-10 years with all this, you know, current generation trash in the past and stuff like that. And Kevin Garnett is one of those guys where y'all talk about skills and his shooting and ball handling and stuff like that. Well, Kevin Garnett wasn't shooting threes. Now, he had a nice mid-range jump shot and a turnaround from the post. He did have that, but he wasn't shooting threes like Dirk, you know what I'm saying? And his handles y'all talk about are highly, highly overrated. Now, that is highly overrated. You know what I'm saying? Charles Barkley had better handles than Kevin Garnett. Much better. See, a lot of y'all forgot about Charles Barkley. But let me remind you right quick what Charles Barkley used to do. Yeah. Oh, you forgot, huh? Y'all forgot about Charles. Y'all forgot how great he was. You know what I'm saying? Catching the ball off the rim, turning, dribbling up the court, starting the break, finishing the break. Kevin Garnett wasn't doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all forgot about Charles. Y'all think he's just, oh man, the fat, jolly guy, cracking jokes on TNT, the pregame and postgame, and we love Charles. But people forget he was a hell of a basketball player. A great basketball player. And like I said, when me and Mark had a discussion, to me, Charles Barkley was better than Kevin Garnett. It's just my opinion. Charles Barkley carried his teams far in the playoffs. Just couldn't beat Michael Jordan. In a couple years, he lost to Akeem, you know. And then Philadelphia, after Dr. J and them left, he really didn't have a great supporting cast, but he wasn't constantly losing in the first round like Kevin Garnett. You know what I'm saying? He was able to carry his teams much farther as the guy, unlike Kevin Garnett when he was the guy in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. And then when Kevin Garnett was in Minnesota and Sprewell and Cassell came, a lot of times those dudes were hitting the big shots in the late game situations. Oh, you don't remember? Let me remind you of one situation with Sam Cassell. Here we go.
Sacramento, the double team on Garnett. Bibby hit Cassell, and Cassell knocks it down. Case. Cassell trying to get it to Garnett. Boy, lots of contact. That's a three. It's good.
Reacting to the adversity, coming out of the timeout has been Sam Cassell and Latrell Sprewell.
Bibby just 4 of 16. Cassell. What they got to do is get a rebound here. They don't want to foul. Cassell. 3-point lead.
And that's exactly right. And that's just one of many situations when Cassell came through in late game situations. He might only have 16 points and 8 assists, but he hit a big shot at the end of the game. That's very important. You know what I'm saying? To carry the team to a win. Now, Kevin Garnett might have bigger numbers. 25 points, 18 rebounds, MVP of the league and stuff like that. All that's fine. And he did win MVP. But late game situations, Sam Cassell did that many, many times. Sprewell also. You know what I'm saying? That's just one example of many. And again, I'm not saying Kevin Garnett never did do anything in the four quarters and late game situations. Here and there, yeah, he would. And a lot of times, when I went back and looked at the film and stuff like that, Kevin Garnett would hit a late shot in the fourth quarter. If they would double team the other guy, double team Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett be wide open, top of the key for a jumper, he would knock it down. Or I seen one play where they double team Cassell in the late, double team Cassell in the clutch. And he threw it to KG, and KG hit a face-up jump shot, and that's fine. But like me and Mark talked about, the play wasn't actually drawn up to give the ball to the man and you go to work. It wasn't actually drawn up for KG. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And again, I'm not trashing the dude. I'm not saying the dude wasn't great. I'm not saying he was not top 50, not top 75. I'm just saying the way a lot of y'all talk about him as top 15-ish, that is ranked way too high. You know what I'm saying? He is not in the class with Tim Duncan. He's not in the class with Charles Barkley, in my opinion, or Karl Malone, or Dirk. He didn't do the things they did. Y'all can say what y'all want to about Dirk, but Dirk got so many great playoff moments and great playoff games, 50 points, 40 points. You think about, I spoke about it, you think about that 2011 championship run and some of them shots and stuff Dirk was making, you know, against Portland, against the Lakers, OKC, the game 4 in OKC, I think they was down by 15 with about 3 minutes left. and Dirk made all them ridiculous shots at the end of that game. They went to overtime and they won. You know what I'm saying? And then to go to the finals and upset the Miami Heat super team. A lot of them tough, ridiculous shots. Now, you honestly, be honest with yourself. Is Kevin Garnett doing that? Have you ever seen Kevin Garnett do that? Could he make those type of shots and plays that Dirk was making on that run in 2011? No. Absolutely not. No. He cannot, would not, never did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as far as able to carry a team like a Dirk and Tim Duncan and Charles Barkley, you know, these deep playoff runs as these guys getting the ball late game situations, coming through, Kevin Garnett wasn't consistently doing it. He would do it every now and then, every blue moon. You know what I'm saying? But again, not trashing the dude. He's a Hall of Fame player, top 75. The Celtics could not have won in 2008 without him. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the intangibles, able to carry the team in late game situations, in my opinion, and Mark's opinion also that you heard, Kevin Garnett was not able to do that consistently over his long career. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thoughts. Y'all can leave y'all thoughts or however y'all feel about Kevin Garnett. I know y'all love him. You know, if you know more for in the playoffs, if your most famous moment in the playoff is after you won the championship in 2008, you screaming to the announcer, anything is possible. That is your highlight of your playoff career, so everybody know who you from, and not a big time clutch shot in the playoffs. Then that's exactly what I'm talking about. That is his most famous moment. Kevin Garnett. You know, yes, in 2004, Game 7 against the Sacramento Kings, he had a great Game 7 in the second round. I do remember that game. But other than that Game 7, Kevin Garnett's pinnacle moment is screaming, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? After they won the championship in 2008. That is the pinnacle of his playoff career. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Do we got any 50-point games in playoffs? Can you think of any 40-point games in playoffs? No. Can you think of a walk-off game winner in the playoffs that Kevin Garnett? No. I'm just saying. Charles Barkley got one.
It's his game to win. Will we go to overtime? Barkley, 20-footer, yes, with 1.8 seconds. Charles Barkley.
Dirk got plenty. You know what I'm saying? Tim Duncan. You know, that's the difference between them and him. But anyway, that's all I want to say, man. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Leave y'all comments, like, share, subscribe. Shout out to the other guys in the group. And I'm up out of here. Later.